guys and girls, JB Apparel here. This video here is sponsored by www.gamegarageonline.com. It's actually a video game blog. You guys can check it out. Now, it is not my blog. It's just coincidence that the last video I uploaded was about my blog. This is another game blog that I actually started following. There's some interesting tabs. I believe one of the tabs is Pac-Man and Ninja. I don't know, I thought that was rather hilarious. So I'll put a link down below, guys and girls. And today I'm going to be teaching you a few little, economy manipulations in Dawn of Fantasy Online. Alright, guys and girls, so we'll take a quick look at my base before we get started here. I'm going to be teaching you guys, some really interesting manipulations for the population cap and resources. It is probably going to help you a lot. I'm at 157 here. There's a lot of gold decay currently because that exceeds, whenever your gold exceeds your resource cap, there's gold decay, and I mean, I still profit, and I don't know, the units here says I'm losing money. That's not accurate, because when I logged in, this was almost at 1,000 a minute. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. I'm with the elf race, so it might be different with other races, but this is how you do with elves. So, what I'm doing is being efficient. Everybody who knows me, I look for manipulations in games, and I try to be as efficient as possible. That's what it comes down to with every game, and it's the same in life, In life, you have a time duration, eventually you die. I mean, I hate to be depressing today, but that's reality. You eventually die, and you try to be, make money in real life, and, you try to be successful. Well, that's all I'm doing in this game. So what I'm doing is, let's say, for instance, male wardens. Yes, they're good. I had all male wardens mining, and I still have a ton, as you can see. However, what I've been doing is getting rid of the male wardens and bringing in dwarven miners, because dwarven miners are much more efficient, and they take up the exact same population cap. And I'll show you really quick how to get the dwarven miner. What I've actually been doing is going, boom, market, today's sales. I only get them when they're on sales, because generally they're about 5 ult each. This is really good. The lowest I've seen is 3, sometimes up to 4. I buy a ton of them when they're at that. For instance, you can look, I just bought some. I have 20 units here, and I'm going to bring them in once I clear out some wardens. And then my gold resources, my income's going to skyrocket. So
gold cannot be stored, and it is taken by all who want it.
It's taken by all who want it. So, these here, quick little overview. Tree symbiosis, or symbiosis, I don't know how to pronounce
Alas,
that.
the storage for resources has been filled already.
I built them really close here, and I noticed, for the elf race, you can build gold resources around them, and you can see that all over here as well. I don't think, is that actually one? Yeah, so I have those here, and then the closer they are to town, I find the more efficient it is. Somebody mentioned putting a trend near resources increases them. This is specific and exclusive to the elf race. So I do that wherever they're working. I don't know if that's true. And then what you want to do is get unicorns. I believe everybody should know this. I have a ton of unicorns, but it looks like a lot, but it's about 10 to 20 population should go to unicorns. And then I have a ton of alchemy labs on gold. And I'm switching over all my wardens. This is the most crucial thing, switching your wardens over for the miners. So I'm going to swap them out and eventually have all miners on that. I'll show you what I'm doing with the wardens currently. Alright, so we're on the world map here, and you can see I'm surrounded by multiple siege bases. Don't worry, they're my bases, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing.
Give me
with my
orders,
wardens. You can notice these are all maxed at 60. So what I'm doing is essentially, I'm going into my home city, taking the wardens out, making armies, and then setting up siege bases. And you're probably like, why are you doing that? Well, the way the game works is siege bases have a separate population cap, or in this case battalion cap, from your home city. The home city is a 90 population cap, and we're manipulating that by setting up these own little siege camps. And what I found out is you can get resources in your siege camp. So I log on, for instance, I go in, it's going to be purely wardens. These are pure resources, nothing else. I mean, sometimes I have some military, but for instance, I have 4 spirits, 14 of those, 46 workers. And if you go in, you look at manage economy, I put them all on the resource I can get the most return off of. And by doing that, by figuring out what you're going to get the most return off of, you basically, take somebody, go to each village, or, your allies, and see what you can get. Generally, I get
we cannot store these
the
resources.
most from
there is
stone.
No room.
So right now, I currently have them all
Cracchio
on
is
stone.
shot.
So I'll log in, and these will max out at 11k. Some of them, I think, get 15k.
My Cracchio is shot.
Yeah, this one's almost 15k. So when I max that, I bring it in, and that converts to about 10k gold, and I do that a couple times a day. And let's say This is really crucial if you want to get, all fancy and stuff. I mean, you can put defense units, but I don't do that because, you don't get attacked when you're offline, which is kind of cheap. You go to the market, and under the buy extras, there's this here. It's really crucial. I'm going to buy it soon. Instead, I spent the 60 wealth I just had on the 20 dwarf dudes. Oh, no, I don't want to clear. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, I'm yelling at myself here. This army slot allows you to exceed to 10 siege camps. So I have 4 for the reason that, I still quest with the main army. So I have 1 army that goes around, does the quest. These guys build the resources, and then I'm trying to make my main base more efficient. And I get all the wardens out of the main base, my original wardens, and then I make more, set up the siege camp. So I'm going to get that soon, and then I'll have eventually 9 siege camps. So every time I log in, I'll have an extra, almost 100k. And the more you do that, like the more you log, I don't know, you probably get a couple times a day. I mean, if you get 500k every 24 hours, that adds up, and then you get your main base income with the efficiency tips I just gave you. So if anybody is confused with what's going on, basically, and I'm going to try to explain this so that it applies to every race and it's applicable to every race. You take your units, your gatherers, your miners, or whatever, you swap them out with the most efficient one, which are the market units of dwarven miners. I think it's like that for every race. And then you take those wardens, and eventually you might have to make more. Make max 60 battalions, set up siege camps around near allied towns. You can go and hit this little tent button, manage your camp, and you're going to get a ton of resources and a nice gathering rate. Then every time you log in, all you do is go,
my
disband the
is
camp.
shot.
So break camp, it doesn't cost much. It barely costs anything to make a camp. It's almost free. And you can get some of those resources back here. So then you take that, you go to the town where you think you can get the most for it, you start trading them all, and you'll get a quick 500k quick. So if you guys like this guide, please share it, and all your support means a ton. Like it if you like it, dislike it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.